What's going on YouTube? Kristo here, and I have another video for you finally. It's been at least 3 months since I've put anything of substance up. I think this is going to be a good one. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while actually. This is 15 cents for fall and winter. I did something kind of similar to this 1.5 years ago for summer, and I got really great feedback from it. So I thought I would do a fall winter version, so hopefully this makes up for my very obvious absence recently. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking 15 fragrances from my collection, me and my wife's collection I suppose, and I've got 15 different categories. It's not like number 1 to number 15 or 15 to number 1 or anything like that. It's just 15 different categories. I do have my top 3 picks though at the end for 3 different categories, but the other 12 are basically just what I think fits best for a specific category. So let's get into this. I assure you there is something for everyone. I've got a very, very eclectic assortment of fragrances here. So my first scent, I'm gonna pick a casual fragrance, my favorite casual for fall and winter. So I'm going with Healy's Iris. And this is a very unique fragrance, very, very interesting. It is obviously an iris-based fragrance, but what makes this so different from others I've tried is that it has this very dusty, dry herbal note that is just so strange to me. It definitely reminds me of the fall in southern Ontario where I grew up, you know, smelling all the dry herbs and wild carrots and stuff like that outside. Really, really reminds me of that. This is without a doubt one of the strangest kind of natural auras I get from a fragrance. Very, very interesting. Very casual as well. I think this would work very well in that category. So that's my pick for casual. Next, I have my formal designer, completely other side of the spectrum now. So for my designer, for formal, I'm taking Narciso Rodriguez for him Intense. I love Narciso Rodriguez, pretty much everything from the house for perfume. This one, I don't know, between this and for him, the EDT, they're just fantastic fragrances. This one I think is perfect for formal occasions. It just screams classy, elegant, sophisticated, suit and tie kind of thing. Great scent for formal wear in fall and winter. So my choice for formal niche, I've got Bond No. 9 Cooper Square. And this fragrance here, there's definitely a lot of people who don't like this. This is a very strange fragrance, without a doubt. I describe it as a glass of cognac with mothballs floating in it. And that might not sound very appealing to some people, but if you're into resins and boozy accords as well as patchouli, this is awesome. This oozes sophistication and classiness. Definitely for a more mature taste though, this would just be perfect for wearing a suit and tie out. So my next one, this will be my classic fragrance, a scent for a classic, more mature, older gentleman. So I'm going with one of my favorite patchouli fragrances, another patchouli scent in here. This is Givenchy Gentleman. And this is one of my favorite Givenchy fragrances. It's just animalic, it's kind of fuzzy with patchouli, it's spicy, and it just reeks of sophistication and class for kind of an older gentleman. I think this is fantastic. Definitely not for the younger kids for the most part. I think you need a bit of time to mature to get into this one, but I highly, highly recommend checking it out if you're into kind of heavy, leathery, oriental fragrances. Okay, next fragrance, I'm going with a gourmand, a fragrance that kind of invokes the idea of food or something that smells sweet and delicious. And this fragrance here, not only is this my favorite gourmand at the moment, but it has opened my eyes up to a whole new realm of fragrances. This is Serge Lutens Jeu de Peau, and this was the first pastry gourmand I had ever tried, and it just blew me away. I just can't get over it. It basically smells like chocolate pastries from, you know, a bakery just being popped out of the oven just one after another. It's just so intoxicating, and this bizarre kind of doughy, bready, wheaty note in here is just amazing. I love this. I find this to be so incredibly unique, and it has started me looking into other pastry gourmand fragrances. Next, versatility, something that you can kind of wear anywhere, anytime. I do actually wear this fragrance in the summer here, obviously, but I think this one is perfect for fall and winter. For versatility, I'm going with Fahrenheit from Dior, a classic, a modern classic, a masterpiece in my eyes and many others. I love this. I'll wear this sitting around the house, I'll wear this to work, I'll wear this to the pub to meet my friends. I'll wear this pretty much anywhere, any time of year, but like I said, I think with the notes in here, the leather, the violet, the kind of heavy notes in it, perfect for fall and winter. Next, a discontinued gem, kind of what got me popular in YouTube amongst the community. I'm a really, really big, fan of discontinued fragrances. I find them, I search for them, I hunt for them, sometimes for years on end. So my discontinued gem for fall and winter is, I have to unsheath it here, this is Yoji Om from Yoji Yamamoto. And this is an amazing fragrance. It has a really, really nice boozy accord to it, and it's got some anisey, licorice, which is interesting because usually I'm not too big on those notes. And it comes together with this really dusty, transparent feeling. Really, really great fragrance. It is demanding high prices now, but you can find it for reasonable if you do look around. So that's my pick for my discontinued gem. Next scent, another thing that I've kind of become known for in the community, digging out under the radar fragrances. So my under the radar scent, my designer, is one of my new favorites. I have worn this more in the last 3 months than any other fragrance, without a doubt. This is Lolita Lempicka Au Masculin Midnight, as I'm simply going to call it. It's got this long, tedious French name, and I can't remember it, so I'm not even going to attempt to. I just call it Midnight. And this is basically an oud version of the original Au Masculin. And I'm personally not a big fan of the classic anymore. I just found it too harshly synthetic. The vanilla especially didn't do it for me anymore. I kind of was a bit dubious about this. It is limited edition, I believe, but it is still available, and it's really, really reasonably priced as well. I believe you can get this for under $50 for 100 ml. And I got it, and wow, I am so impressed. They took out the horrible synthetic vanilla from the original, and they just amped up the darkness and the woodiness to this. I find this to be amazing. I really, really love this. It does, it dances circles around the original. It just puts it to shame, in my opinion. This is infinitely more superior. Excellent under the radar winter fragrance. So for my niche choice, this one, I definitely have to admit, this fragrance, I don't get a lot of wear out of this. It is a strange scent, but it is a very important scent. This is my niche choice for under the radar. It is the original Comme des Garçons EDP. It is often just referred to as Comme des Garçons. And this is, in my opinion, a very, very important fragrance for what it did at its time. For a niche fragrance, I do consider Comme des Garçons niche. And it just was totally unlike anything that was around in 1994 when this was released. This is an absolute atomic bomb with beeswax, honey, cinnamon, and clove. Now it is so strong, I actually can't wear this often. Even in air-conditioned areas, it is just so potent and overwhelming. It is an amazing fragrance. I don't get to utilize it as much as perhaps I would like, but without a doubt, if you want something for winter, fall, that's going to get you noticed, that no one else is going to be wearing, look for this. It is strange though, so be warned. Okay, next fragrance. I am going for my Projection and Longevity Monster. So in the colder months, when you want something that's going to stick to you longer, that's going to actually get people's attention, something that's not too soft, not too weak, that does actually last, this is what you need to get. This is an amazing fragrance. This was kind of rivaling my best niche choice that will come up in a couple minutes, but it is amazing. It basically finished second to it. This is Amouage's Jubilation 25 for men. And there's a lot of people in the fragrance community that really love this scent, not just me. A lot of people will also say that this is an excellent winter, fall fragrance, and I totally agree. The thing that makes this so special though is it lasts so long. I get easily 20 hours. If you don't shower, probably even longer. You know, I don't mean in an unhygienic way, but if you put this on at night, you know, to go out and you come home and you don't shower before you go to sleep, you'll easily smell this on you the next day. I've even had it on me after showers. It's just incredibly strong, and it smells really beautiful as well, which makes it special, because often a lot of fragrances that are that potent can often be kind of annoying or synthetic or just overbearing. This isn't. Okay, next fragrances. I'm going to be looking at women's scents here. So my picks for best female designer scent. So this scent here is a really special one to me. This is Lalique Amethyst. This was the first fragrance that I ever bought my wife while we were still dating. And she wore it the same night that I gave it to her for her birthday. And I remember going out with her wearing this, and it just, you know, I was, wow, that fits her so perfectly. It's a really beautiful fragrance. It's currant based, I believe, and it's sweet, but not too sweet, and it's dark, it's heavy, it's just so mysterious and sexy, I think. So not only do I think this is an excellent women's fragrance for fall and winter, it does obviously, you know, have a special place for me. So that's my pick for women's designer. Women's niche. Now this is in Absentia. I'm going to talk about this in Absentia because my wife has it with her. So let's put it right here. This is Keiko Mecheri's Datura Blanche. And wow, what an excellent fragrance it is. It's just so heavy, and it has this amazingly synthetic vanilla note. The Datura as well, which is a white flower. It opened my eyes to that said flower, and I am actively looking for more Datura-based fragrances. It's just the kind of thing I don't really expect from a white flower scent. I expect white flowers to be very soft and mellow and chilled out, but this one is so strong, and it does have very synthetic tinge to it, but in a good way. I think it's very unique, it's very strange, it's very mysterious as well. I really love Keiko Mecheri's Datura Blanche, so that's my niche pick for women. So my final three, I have my top indie brand, I have my top designer, and my top niche. So let's get into them. My top indie house for fall and winter, my top indie house fragrance is Hungry Hungry Hippies from Smellbent. And I love this fragrance, and I don't understand why Smellvent doesn't have millions and millions of customers. They make very high quality fragrances that last and project a long time often, and they just smell really good. They're fun, they're kind of cheerful and happy and things like that as well, but they just smell really good. Very simple. They're not the most complex thing you're ever going to smell, but if you just kind of want instant gratification, they're excellent. And Hungry Hungry Hippies is such a fun fragrance. It's meant to smell like hash brownies, from what I understand. And to me, it kind of smells like very oily, resinous patchouli with brownies mixed in kind of thing. I don't particularly find the cannabis connection. I don't particularly partake in the smoking of marijuana or any other THC products, so I don't particularly know exactly what it's meant to smell like, but this scent smells awesome regardless. No matter what you want to say, it smells like it's great. I love it. It lasts and it projects, and it's less than $1 per mil, and you can often get free shipping in the United States on these. Okay, my #1 designer fragrance for fall and winter is Prada Amber Port Homme Intense, or Big Poppy as we like to call it in the community. I kind of went off the original Amber recently, and I've been hunting for this for so long, and I finally got a bottle of it. I had tried it in duty free and it was really good, but I found it to be very similar to the original. Finally got a bottle of it, and I smelled it, it's like, wow, it's so different than the original. I love this. It's almost like a bizarre gourmand fragrance. It smells kind of like food, but not in the traditional sense of a gourmand. It's not like sticky sweet or anything like that. It's got vanilla, it's got patchouli, it's got myrrh and resins in it, and I really love it. I think this is head and shoulders beyond the original Prada Amber. I love this fragrance. It is rather hard to find in certain parts of the world, but if you can find it, this is an excellent designer scent for fall and winter. So my last one, my best niche, often what people will put at the end of their list, their #1 niche, high regarded, of course depending on who you ask. I put it here for the dramatics though. So my #1 choice for niche for fall and winter is Pardon from Nasomatto. I really love this. I only smelled it when I got it in the mail. It was totally blind purchase. I was really worried that it was going to smell like Lindstrom Extreme because so many people had compared it to that. And I've kind of gone off Lindstrom Extreme, and as soon as I opened the package that this came in, I had like 4 bottles in the same haul. And as soon as I opened it, I had to spray this first because I was a bit nervous. The first couple seconds, yes, it did remind me of Lidge instantly, but this is without a doubt made with far better ingredients and crafted so much better. I think this is a masterpiece. This is a flawless fragrance, one of few that I can say that about. It is a sweet oriental fragrance with some oud in it, and the oud is not overwhelming. I'm not particularly a fan of oud, especially skanky barnyard oud as it's referred to, but this is just beautiful. I love it. This is definitely my best niche for fall and winter. So there you go, there's my 15 picks. I would love to know what you think of my picks and perhaps what you would put in their respective categories, perhaps instead of what I chose. I've got a few hours, so you know, perhaps maybe I'll get another video done. See you again soon, and take care.